research is such a complex and tedious task. Though you have collected a lot of information regarding your research work, and compilation of the data according to the requirements of such an institute is very important. You have to comply with the plagiarism report and check with the details and update yourself time to time so that you will be able to come up with a lot of new facts and information which can be added a lot of information to the current scenario. This is what I would suggest you.
Thank you. Dr. Prem.
Very good afternoon. My name is Dr. Prem Kumar and I teach in the School of Commerce and Management, papers related to tourism and management as well. So as per my experience while PhD, I would give three things. First of all, that we all, while doing the PhD, we all are holding our own yardstick. Although guides will be there, but every time they are not going to stop us or available to guide also sometimes. Because they are also busy with different responsibilities and tasks. So whatever timeline we have fixed for ourselves during the PhD, we should be monitoring at first. Guide will come second. Guide will become only a facilitator for you, not actually a guide which you understand or which was there in the past days. We can act as a facilitator only, and you have to guide, you have to see that whatever you have fixed for yourself, you are completing in the given timeline or not. Second, we should always be open to communication. Communicate with your co-scholars, communicate with the co-scholars from other departments also. Because there are different things in PhD which is common for all scholars, irrespective of the discipline, such as going through the reviews, how to write a paper, how to read a paper, how to summarize a paper. These things are common for all research scholars. So somebody in the same batch might be doing it very wisely or very carefully in short span of time. If we are not able to do, if we are in good communication, we can learn from him. Sometimes guides will give you the input, but the language will not be similar or simple for you. Sometimes guides can give idea, but we may not be able to implement as he is giving the idea. If there is gap of communication, we may not be able to ask any questions. But those questions we can pose to our co-scholars and we may get it solved also. So if we are open for communication, if we are not making a note of daily ideas or daily views which we are getting, it will be difficult to recall each and everything when we want to put it on paper. And when we are writing from the first day, like writing about a research paper or writing about an ideas, while writing the thesis, it will become very easy because by then, after 3-4 years, you will be having lot of inputs, lot of summarization of the papers. Easily, we can put it inside the thesis. Next, whatever we are looking for the research papers, we should be looking for the good resources, which we can get a list of resources from the guides or the co-scholars or maybe faculty from other institutions also, if you are in touch with them or if you have a good network with them. So I hope with these points, we can do very well during the PhD journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sumit.
Myself, Dr. Sumit, belongs from the School of Commerce and Management. First of all, when I entered in the GCU and I seen the PhD candidate, mostly I found that they are already working somewhere. So my suggestion will be like working people, because many times what happens when you are doing PhD, your PhD becomes secondary and your other work becomes primary. So if you want to continue or if you want to get in touch, like you have to be regularly give 1 or 2 hours time. Just if you are not working also, just at least thinking about that 1 hour I am dedicated to that PhD. So you will feel connected, otherwise you feel left out. After some time, you can't think, this week I will not work, next week I will work. It not work like that. Second, daily if you are keeping this pace, writing those things either on a pad or either on a notebook, like in your laptop if you are writing something. Those points you summarize. Again, like you can rehearse those things and it will go continue. So the third things I wanted to give suggestion regarding PhD is your starting of research. It's not the end of the research. So when you are going to choose a topic or things, in area wise you can be careful like which area will be demanding. But you don't take too much work in a single time. You take a topic which is very much feasible for you to do and in speculated times you can complete it, because after that also you are working on the same topic in the life out. So it's just a starting of your research. So don't think that everything I have to do in the PhD only. That will not work and that will mess up your things. So try with a small, not a smaller, I guess, a medium kind of topic which can be relevant also and which can justify your PhD. So this is suggestion of mine. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Shubha.
Myself, Dr. Shubha Chandra, and I'm from the management department. And I can proudly say I have not done any mistakes with my PhD. I think I am the youngest one who enrolled at the age of 22 and got the PhD degree at the age of 26. So I can share my experience maybe which can help you to go flawless. You will get lots of advices. Be ready. Everyone will give you advice. Okay? Maybe those are correct or not correct. So be ready for the entire your PhD journey. Everyone will give you advice. So you have to take a call what advice you have to take. And the most important thing is timeline. Adhere to timeline. You all are here to complete your PhD. Okay? Research paper, innovation, extraordinary work. No one is stopping you. You can do it now also. For that you don't need to join the PhD. Entire your life you can do research work, connectivity, everything. But your ultimate goal is to finish your PhD within time. Because after that no one is stopping you to don't write or don't make connectivity or don't publish something. To finish within the time is feasible topic. Feasible topic to you, not to your guide. Please understand one thing. I am also a guide. Under me one PhD is done, not through GCU but from Bharatiya University. See, we all are human beings. Today maybe I am here, tomorrow I will not there. Not there means not in this world also. You should not left out that, oh, my guide told me this and I have to do that. You should have a command on that. Command as well as feasible. Feasible which you can collect the data. Do not spend your 1.5 year for the work and after 1.5 year you will say, ma'am, we are not able to collect data. It is not feasible for me to collect. It's too far. I am not getting a response from the government organization. Whatever topic, whatever area, sample size you are taking, it should be feasible. So for me, what my guide did was, he made me to work on 3 topics first 3 months. And he told, you work on 3 topics, come back after 3 months, do not come between how to do, what to do and to do. Go ahead, imagine it's your like a PG project, make a work, come back, and after 3 months when I come with my report, he said which was the easiest one. He said take that and finish PhD within time and go ahead. It's not restricting you to a particular topic, particular subject. You have entire thing you can explore. But finish your PhD within time, because ultimately that is the goal to join this program, not to invent or something else. Okay, so that's my advice. You can take it whatever, how you take it. Thank you.
Hello all. Good afternoon. Okay. I'll talk with where Dr. Sudhakar was asking the last that the mistakes. Okay. A lot of mistakes I did by knowingly, unknowingly. Okay. The very first thing, the mistake what I did, the topic what my guide has given, I was forcefully to do it. Okay. I was knowing that one because this is not going to be work out. That's what I told. It is something which I knowingly did the mistake. Okay. So over the 1.5 year it is, and I did it in the government university. Whatever the guide says, that is ultimate. Okay. And you won't have that problem over here. Okay. You have a PhD office in between the guide and the the scholar. So PhD office connects with you as well as it is your guide. So whatever you have the grievance, because up to last year I was sitting in the PhD office, so I know it how it was the things were conducting. Okay, so you need not worry for that one, and you will not get that problem at all. Okay, there is an RMC committee here, RIC committee is here, which really deals with the scholars research performance. Any point of time, if you have it as anything, you have to just write a mail to the GCU research at gardencity.university. Within 24 hours, the authority will reply to you. However it is, whatever it is, the grievances. So that mistake which I had in my life, you will not have it all. Because you are in a very good platform. Because everything will be taken care by that side. And the next mistake, I worked 1.5 years for that research topic. And at the last, after 1.5 years, I understood I'm not going to find out anything new. It's everything is there already. So there is something called, it is that particular point of time, I understood after reading lot many things, there is something called research gap. There is something called, it is, the research objectives, and and the research questions. That was an actually, it is after 1.5 years, after my first doctoral committee, I could able to find it out. Sir was telling that I cried. After my doctoral committee, I came out from that room with full crying only. Nothing else except my PhD viva. And that was only the day I came out from that room, with smiling face, because it was actually, it is a 7 years work. I completed my work 4 years. My guide was not ready to sign. Okay, I shared that one. He asked me, the government professors, okay, he asked me, if I wanted to sign on your synopsis, you have to pay 5 lakhs rupees. This is not something, I am not cooked up thing, which I faced in my life. Okay, and my husband, who comes always with the ethics, he called him back and told, I heard, because I travel all along from here to Coimbatore. Okay, so he called and told, I heard what she spoke and what you spoke, because it was on a recorded mode. Okay, he told only one thing, she is not going to pay 1 rupee also. If you are again asking, I'll call it as a press conference and will tell. It took 1.5 years again from there to get a new guide for me. I was stuck, literally stuck. And I never saw all these things with any of my colleagues, any of my scholars. And when I came out, it is these kind of problems nobody was having. Maybe it is you are listening first time in your life. Okay? I had all these problems. Then after that, I got the guide with the university syndicate special approval. Okay? Because that's a government university. So many red tapeism is there. When I completed, I could able, whatever the mistakes I did, the very first time itself, I used to tell my scholars, don't do that one, because it's a learning experience what I was sharing with them. Okay? So you are in a good platform. All these problems you will not have, because as I mentioned, starting itself, you have always a wall here, that's a PhD program office, where the Dr. Sudhakar is here, Dr. Annie is here, but that I will assure you, that office will take care of your problems. You will not have all these things. So go to good ahead. It is you listen, you do so, you have to read. That's the one point I can tell. Read lot. Then you will understand, yes, of course, where is the research gap. People used to come and ask me, where is the research gap? Where is the research gap? How do I write? Unless you read, where will come in this first? Because already everything is there. You have to find something new, you have to find it out. Reading is something which you have to do it. Thank you all.
What I suggest to all of you, because there are all the panel members, they spoke so much. I have only 3 things to say. One is be organized, be focused, and set a target for you. Apart from the deadline, you have to complete your PhD in 3 years. You keep a ready reckoner with you. Okay, this work I have to complete within 2 days, 1 week, 1 month, whatever it is. And one more thing, keep a notepad with you, because being a literature student, ideas, when you start writing, the ideas will never come to you at the time. So when you are doing some other work, the ideas will stuck. So just make a note of it, and when you start writing, obviously you will be able to write a good thesis, good work and all. So that's all. All the best to all of you.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Dr. Subhana, and I think whatever I had in mind they have already discussed. One thing I would say is, which happened in my case, is that never ever compromise on your area of interest. So because in my case, my area of interest was completely different, but as I joined soon after my PG, I had to go with whatever my guide suggested. So in that case, I lost the interest towards my research, but somehow I need to complete it, so I did. But now I don't want to go back, look into my research at all. So I don't want to pursue or extend my research at any point. So that is what will happen. So never compromise on your area of interest because your guide doesn't like it or they are not comfortable with your area, whatever be it, because remember at the end, you are the one who is going to defend your dissertation or your research. It's not your guide. So do not comply with, it's not just your guide, be it any other professors or whatever, whoever be it. So do not compromise. And the other one is, now we have access to different, enormous amount of resources on internet, but an internet can never replace a library. So please do visit libraries from various universities. Go physically visit, look for texts, because not all the texts that's there in the libraries are there in the internet. You might get a really good book which you will never find in a library. So visit such libraries when you go for your primary or for your secondary sources. That's it. All the best. Thank you.
Dr. Rahul from Media Department. I want to share one thing with you that when I was working for my friend's research, his 4th and 5th year of research, that was my first and second year of my PhD. So I got experience from my friend's research, and in 3 years I did my PhD. This is very good thing I did. His 4th and 5th year of his PhD, those years were my first and second years of PhD. So in that matter, I did not make any mistake because everything was in my mind. So it was my great experience I wanted to share with you. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, I completed PhD around 9 years before. Okay, so I am from a very old background. So I am from the engineering background, and immediately when I completed my MTech, I did not have all the thoughts what was discussed here. I just wanted to do PhD. So I went to our head of the department. I told, sir, I want to enroll, and that is how my PhD thing actually started. And I was there in the industry for a very long time, and I was involved into lean manufacturing projects and Six Sigma projects where the data is a primary thing in that. So I was used to writing large enormous reports. So by that I got a good experience in even writing, and that is the main thing which is important in any research activities. So whatever research you are doing, you should have the right habit of writing, putting it in the form of a document, which is very important because it's all that you are going to write a thesis, you are going to publish it. That's one of the very important aspects. The second thing is I didn't know certain things when I did PhD. Recently, the thesis that you are writing can be published as a book. The Springer and Elsevier also has this facility where they encourage the research scholar to submit their thesis for them to consider it to publish as a thesis or as a book. You can go to the Springer and see there is a facility for that. So I didn't know about all those things. I did a very voluminous PhD thesis, but it was not published as a book. In fact, we published 6 papers was published out of it, but it was not published as a book. So recently only I came to know that we can definitely publish a book, but when you are doing a PhD work, okay, of course, I totally agree with what Madam told. Your aim is to complete the PhD. Okay, so there is a wide amount of things that you can do, but you need to focus on. You need to be very focused on a particular area and complete it on time. And when you are writing the thesis, especially, ensure that you are able to publish it as a book at the end, so that it is visible to everyone. Okay, that is one important thing. Apart from that, I didn't have any other bad experience when doing PhD. I took almost 6 years to complete it. and I really enjoyed that entire thing. So with these simple points, I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Yours is 9 years back, mine is 17 years back.
Okay.
That time even I don't have the soft copy of my PhD. Floppy drive or CD drive was new, DVD was not in that picture. So I don't have soft copy of my
Mine
PhD.
is 20 years back.
But when I started my PhD, it was that time the email first came. So I remember traveling to one, 20 kilometers to just to register my first email ID.
Good afternoon to all. I'm Nandini, Dr. Nandini from Management Department. I think I'm a youngest doctor. Just last year only I completed my doctorate. First of all, I would like to thank my guide because I waited for my guide around 1.5 years. Because he guided me each and everything, A to Z he guided. I never made any mistake in my PhD program. I completed my PhD program within minimum period. Even one thing I would like to share. In the interview panel, my guide is there. I don't know who's he, but I know the name only, guide name only I know. In that interview panel, some panel members are there. My guide is in from other specialization. He is in HR finance specialization. I am finance. They are asking about, ma'am, you want the same guide or anyone, those who are coming from finance specialization, we can allot to as a guide. No sir, I don't want, I need my guide, Alexa only. Okay, everything is okay, everything is fine. They signed the entire document. Okay ma'am, you can start, then go and meet your guide. Then only know who he is my guide. But even I had a bad experience. Not in my PhD program, my co-sister also completed PhD, that is in category B, it is Bardiyar University. My co-sister guide asked around 2 lakh rupees for her thesis to sign. Okay, maximum he is here only, she is here only, but maximum at the time I am in Coimbatore only. So all time for my co-sister thesis process, email, reply for the thesis, every communication I go and visit the Bardiyar University directly. I waited for a whole day, even a single reply from the R&D department. So at the time I decided I never registered my PhD under Bardiyar University, but I registered my PhD affiliated by Bardiyar University, not in a direct university. So that is one bad experience, and moreover I asked my guide directly, sir, if you are expecting anything
sorry,
like
I
that.
just interrupt. 3 of them are supposed to go for another event. Dr. Nivya, Dr. Sumit and Dr. Neetu.
1 minute, exactly 1 minute they'll come. Yeah.
So at that time my guide scolded me. That is the first time, because I asked, sir, if you are expecting something to sign my thesis like that, because my co-sister had that much experience. So I asked directly. He scolded me, literally he scolded me. That is the first time.
Great. You have any quick message?
Yeah, this is what, but
Yeah.
keep disturb your guide. I always keep on disturb him.
Great. Quick
Yeah,
message.
as I have to share the quick message. So it's thing like there are so many difficulties we have to face in our life as well as in our PhD life also. It's not new. But thing is, you have to be much more patient, and you should be, that you should adhere to the time. That is most important. You have to finish by the time as it is given. I have finished by 4.5 years exactly. Though I was working as well as having my children, I was looking after my children, family, 3 of things together. And by this time, I had finished my my PhD. So you people also have to keep like timetable in such a way so that you can do all of this. We are the multitasker, so we have to do all these things together. You should be much more motivated, much more adhered to this timeline. That's it.